For 2 years, we've been adapting to AI in search. All of that was about answers. AI reading the web and telling users what it found. What's coming next is different. Instead of just answering questions about your brand, AI agents are going to visit your website and do things on behalf of your customers. They're going to book appointments, compare prices, request demos, and complete purchases. Between July 2025 and January 2026, Perplexity, OpenAI, and Google all shipped agentic browsing products, and most websites aren't ready. By the end of this video, you'll know what WebMCP is and why it changes the game for SEO, and 5 things that you can do right now to get ahead of it. Section 1, the problem. There are 2 ways AI agents interact with websites today. Both are incomplete. The first is UI automation. The agent mimics a human, clicking buttons, typing into fields, reading the screen, but websites change constantly. If a developer tweaks the CSS, renames a class, or moves a button, the agent might no longer be able to interact with it properly. The second way is through APIs. They're structured and reliable, but most websites don't have public APIs, and the ones that do often lack features available through the normal interface. There's no standardized middle ground, no way for a website to tell an AI agent, here's what you can do here, and here's how. And because of that gap, agents arriving at your site will give up fast, meaning you've lost out on potential business. WebMCP is designed to close that gap. Section 2, what is WebMCP? WebMCP stands for Web Model Context Protocol. It's a proposed browser-level standard that gives any web page a way to tell AI agents exactly what actions are available and how to use them. Google Chrome and Microsoft Edge are co-developing it through a W3C community group. Without it, an agent crawls your site, guesses which fields are which on your demo request form, and hopes it works. With it, your site says, here's a tool called Request Demo. It needs a name, email company, and use case. Call it. The agent calls it, and it's able to request a demo on behalf of the user. In other words, your website functions like it had an API without you having to build one. The draft spec for WebMCP was published in February 2026, with broader browser support expected later this year. For over 2 decades, the question was, can Google find and rank my content? For the last 2 years, the question was, can AI find and cite my brand? But the question we haven't had to ask until now is, can AI agents complete tasks on my site? If the answer is no, they won't show an error message. They'll just route the user somewhere the answer is yes, your competitors. Section 3, why this matters. Right now, the sign-up flow for a potential customer might look like this. They search for best CRM for small teams, read a few results, click through to your site, and fill out a demo form. They're in control the whole time. They can figure out a confusing form. They can hunt for a buried pricing page. They will tolerate some friction because they choose to be there. An AI agent won't do any of that. It has no patience and no reason to struggle with your site. If it can't complete the task cleanly and quickly, it'll move on to the next option. Now, if you're thinking, great, another thing to add to the to-do list. This builds on technical SEO fundamentals you already know. Things like clean, well-labeled forms, structured markup, and stable URLs. You're closer to being ready than you might think. Section 4, how it works. You don't need the full spec of how WebMCP works. You just need enough to brief your dev team. 2 approaches are being proposed, and which one you'd use depends on how complex your site is. The first is called declarative, meaning you describe what your form does and the browser handles the rest. In practice, you add 2 attributes to an existing HTML form, a tool name and a short description of what the form does. The browser reads your form fields and translates them into a format that agents can use directly. That demo form example from earlier, that's what this looks like in practice. You're not building anything new, you're just adding labels to forms you already have so agents know what they're for. This part of the spec is still being finalized, but the core idea is simple. If your forms are clean and clearly labeled, agents will be able to use them without a major rebuild. The second approach is called imperative, and it requires more development work. This is for more complex interactions, product configurations, multi-step checkouts, dashboards where the available actions change depending on what the user is doing. With the imperative approach, you register tools dynamically using JavaScript. A checkout tool might only appear where there are items in the cart. A compare plans tool might only show up on the pricing page. The tools adapt to the state of the page instead of being fixed. This is what's available in Chrome's early preview today, and it's built for sites where simple form labels aren't enough. Now, here's what to actually do to prepare for this agentic shift. Section 5, 5 things to do now. These are ordered from what you can do tomorrow and what you plan this quarter and beyond. 1, measure your AI visibility baseline. Before anything else, are you even showing up when someone asks ChatGPT or Perplexity about your core topics? Are competitors getting cited where you're not? If agents don't know your brand exists, the cleanest forms in the world won't help. Use Semrush's AI Visibility Toolkit to understand where your brand does and doesn't show up across AI systems like ChatGPT and Google AI Mode. Use this data to help you grow your AI visibility so that agents are able to find your site in the first place. 2, map your site's actions, not just your content. Most SEO strategies optimize for informational queries, with the content being the focus. But WebMCP rewards transactional clarity, which is all about actions your users can take. SEO and content are still important, but you need to ask yourself, what can someone actually do on our site? Book a demo, get a quote, filter products, compare plans? Write those down. If you can't list your top 5 actions in 30 seconds, an AI agent probably can't find them either. 3, audit those actions. For each one, ask, are the labels clear? Are the inputs predictable? Are the redirects stable? Is it clean HTML or is it buried in JavaScript? The declarative approach works by reading your existing form fields and turning them into tools agents can call. But it can only do that if the forms are well structured. Vague labels, unnamed fields, or forms that depend on JavaScript to render will all break this. 4, start the conversation internally. I will link to a breakdown on search engine land and our deep dive on the Semrush blog in the description. Share those with your dev team. Also, point them to Chrome's preview docs and the W3C community group. If you're an agency, introduce this to clients with awareness, not urgency. Frame it as something that's coming, that matters, and that their current SEO work is already laying the groundwork for. 5, test it yourself. Google has a preview of this running in Chrome Canary. That's Chrome's experimental browser for testing new features before they go live. You can turn on a WebMCP flag in the settings to try it out. There's also a browser extension called the Model Context Tool Inspector that shows you what tools a page is exposing to agents. Google built a flight search demo specifically for this. You can watch an agent interact with the page in real time. I'll link everything in the description so you can try it for yourself. The web is being rebuilt for 2 types of users: humans and AI agents. If you've been working to improve your brand's AI visibility, you're already laying the groundwork for agentic search optimization. The spec is still being finalized, and the tools are still in preview. Most sites haven't even started thinking about this, which means now is the best time to get ahead of your rivals. And if you want to see where you stand on AI visibility, because again, agent readiness without AI visibility is a form nobody finds, Semrush One tracks your brand mentions, citations, and share of voice across every major AI platform. Link in the description. Everything else I mentioned is also linked below. And if you found this useful, subscribe to our channel. We're going to be covering agent readiness a lot more this year. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.